You've probably heard it before. Men are simple, but that's only half true. While men may not always express their feelings outright, they do notice behaviors that turn them off, especially when it comes to older women they're dating or considering for something long-term. And here's the truth. It's not about your age, it's about the energy you bring, the patterns you follow, and how you carry yourself. In fact, studies show that older women are increasingly being seen as attractive and desirable. A 2023 study by eHarmony found that 34% of men aged 30 to 45 reported a preference for dating women older than themselves, citing maturity, confidence, and emotional stability as key attractions. But there's a flip side. There are specific behaviors that make men pull away, even from otherwise incredible women. Let's break it down. Today we're covering 5 things men really hate when older women do. And if you've ever wondered why a promising connection suddenly faded out, you might find your answer here. Number 1, overcompensating with control. Let's talk about control. A lot of older women have been through enough in life to know what they want and what they won't tolerate. That's a strength. But here's where it goes sideways. When that strength turns into micromanagement or emotional control, it often starts with good intentions. I just want to help him be better. Or I know what works. I've done this before. But from a man's perspective, it can feel like he's being parented, not partnered. In a 2022 Psychology Today feature, relationship therapist Dr. Greg Moss shared insights from his sessions with men aged 35 to 50. One recurring complaint: I feel like I'm constantly being corrected. Statements like, "You should wear this instead," "You always do that wrong," "Let me just handle it for you." These aren't always meant to be condescending, but that's how they land, especially if the man is younger or has a less dominant personality. He starts to feel emasculated or dismissed, and that's when distance creeps in. What to do instead? Ask questions instead of issuing directives. What do you think about trying this? Let go of the small stuff. A poorly stacked dishwasher won't end your relationship. Recognize the difference between leading with experience and controlling with fear. Remember, real strength isn't about always being right, it's about knowing when to back off. Number 2, talking too much about past relationships. This one stings because it's often unintentional. Older women have more life behind them, which means more relationship history. That's normal, but the problem comes when those past relationships become a dominant narrative in your conversations. My ex used to do that. I learned never to trust after what happened with my last partner. Men always end up disappointing you in the end. From your side, it may feel like you're just being honest or trying to build understanding. But to a man, especially one who's trying to create something new with you, it can feel like he's competing with your past. In a 2021 survey conducted by Modern Love Research Group, 48% of men aged 35 to 55 stated that they felt emotionally sidelined when women frequently brought up past relationships during early dating stages. They felt like they were walking through someone else's emotional mess, not building something fresh. And let's be clear, it's not about hiding your past, it's about not living in it. So how do you share without oversharing? Keep details about exes minimal unless directly relevant. Avoid using language that paints all men with a broad brush. Focus conversations on the present and the future. If a man feels like he's starting from a deficit or like he's just the next one in line, he'll disengage fast because no one wants to feel like a rebound, even if years have passed. Number 3, assuming he should prove himself harder because you're older. This one's subtle but powerful. A lot of older women unconsciously expect men, especially younger ones, to work harder to earn their attention, time, or respect. It shows up like this: withholding compliments or praise, testing his loyalty or patience, expecting him to chase without giving much in return. The logic might go like this: I've lived, I've earned my standards. If he wants me, he should show it. While it's great to have standards, it becomes toxic when it turns into emotional gatekeeping. Real-life example. In a 2022 case study published in the Journal of Relationship Psychology, researchers followed 62 couples where the woman was at least 8 years older than the man. One major pattern emerged. Relationships struggled when the older partner treated the age gap as leverage instead of neutral ground. Men in those studies often reported feeling like they were auditioning for a role rather than building a mutual connection. And that imbalance kills attraction fast. What's a better approach? See age as a difference, not a power dynamic. Give recognition for effort instead of expecting perfection. Meet him in the middle emotionally, mutual curiosity, mutual growth. The healthiest relationships are built on respect, not imbalance. If you expect him to climb mountains while you sit with arms crossed, don't be surprised if he turns back. Number 4, being hyper-independent to the point of isolation. Independence is attractive, but hyper-independence, that's a wall. Older women often pride themselves on being self-sufficient. Maybe it comes from years of handling life solo, raising kids, managing careers, or recovering from divorce. And yes, being able to hold your own is powerful. But when you send the message that you don't need anyone, it can make men feel irrelevant. In a 2023 Pew Research survey, over 56% of men said they found it emotionally difficult to connect with women who repeatedly downplayed their need for companionship, support, or shared experiences. It's not about needing a man financially. It's about being emotionally available for intimacy, collaboration, and trust. Signs of hyper-independence include never asking for help even in small ways, making all decisions solo, even in joint contexts, rejecting vulnerability as weakness. You might think you're showing strength, but he sees a fortress with no door. What to shift? Let him in, even if it's just asking for advice or support. Share your wins and your struggles. Let connection be mutual, not one-sided independence. Men want to feel needed, not in a desperate way, but in a shared life kind of way. If you're always signaling, "I've got this," don't be surprised if he stops showing up. Number 5, belittling modern dating or technology. Let's talk about attitude. Specifically, the attitude some older women have toward today's dating culture. Comments like, "Dating apps are a joke. Men today are just weak. I don't play games. I'm too old for this nonsense." While these might feel like harmless opinions, they often come across as dismissive, judgmental, or closed off, and that creates a massive turnoff. According to a 2022 Match.com report, men aged 30 to 50 overwhelmingly favored partners who were open-minded and adaptable over those who were set in their ways. Why? Because flexibility signals emotional intelligence. It means you're still growing, not just coasting. When you openly trash the systems that most people now use to connect, like dating apps, texting, or social media, it sends a message that you're not willing to evolve. Here's the impact. He starts feeling judged for the way he dates or communicates. He feels like you're comparing everything to how it used to be. He assumes you'll be critical of other parts of his lifestyle too. So what should you do instead? Be curious, not cynical. Ask questions about his experience. Embrace technology as a tool, not a threat. Recognize that adaptability is the new sexy. It's okay to have preferences, but shutting down what's new can also shut out potential connections. Stay open, stay present, and you might be surprised by how deeply men respond to that energy. So let's recap. Men don't hate older women. In fact, many men prefer older women for their wisdom, stability, and presence. But what turns them off hard is when those traits tip into control past obsession, power play, isolation, cynicism. Every one of these patterns has a fix. Control becomes collaboration. History becomes healing. Power becomes partnership. Walls become windows. Critique becomes curiosity. And when that shift happens, that's when real deep attraction builds. Not just physical or romantic, but emotional resonance. If you've ever felt like men pull away for no reason, it might not be your age. It might be these behaviors creeping in unnoticed. Take this as an opportunity, not a blame game. Self-awareness is the most attractive quality you can have at any age. And guess what? You can be that woman who owns her age, loves boldly, and connects deeply without the baggage that makes men run. Drop the defense. Drop the past. Lead with presence. And watch how men respond. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, leave a comment below sharing which of these behaviors surprised you most. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest relationship insights. See you in the next video.